everybody, welcome to Activity Time. This week we are making our own game boards. We're going to do game boards because our summer reading program will be starting really soon, and the theme for it is Game On. So any type of game and activity you can think of, that's what our summer reading program is about. So to get ready for it, we're going to create our own game boards. So we have two different games here, one for the Kids at Play group, and this is a Lego tower game, and one for the after school group, and this is a game that you are going to create your own rules for. You make them the same way, so we're only going to make one together. All right, as you can see, they're both the same. The game board is on one side and the rules are on the other side, and there's a pocket for both of them. And in the pocket, you can place your little men that you move around the board, and we just fold them up and they slide right in the pocket, and the spinner dial that tells you how many spaces to move will fold up and go in that pocket too. So let's make one of the boards together, and everything you do is going to be the same for putting it together, just they're a little bit different. Now with the Kids at Play group, if you don't have Lego, you could use wood blocks, you could use anything that stacks to make a pile, okay? But a lot of people have Lego or something like that. So this is our instruction sheet and your game board sheet, and these are your instructions and the pieces to make your pocket and your spinner dial and your little men. All right, so we're going to open up the file folder, and you are going to cut out your instruction sheet, and I hope you'll cut a little bit more neatly than I am. I'm just trying to do it in a hurry so that you don't have to sit there and watch me cut for too long. And I'm just cutting a little bit of a white border around it. It makes it stand out from the colored cardboard that it's going to be on. And you are going to glue that on one side of your Bristol board, of your file folder, but it's going to go sideways so that you have to turn it like this to read it, okay? So get your glue stick out and glue it on. Okay. Use lots of glue so it doesn't fall off. And just glue it on. All right. Now, the next thing you are going to do is make your pocket for holding your pieces. So you're going to cut out along the the solid black lines that you can see on the pocket. And then two of the corners have little lines on it like that. Do you see the two bottom corners? You're going to cut those little corners out, okay? And get rid of them. You don't need those. Now, on the dotted lines, you are going to fold them in along the dotted lines. Okay. Now, you are just going to put glue on these flaps only. Make sure it doesn't get onto this part or else you won't be able to use the pocket. And the flaps are what's going to give you a little bit of room to put your pieces inside, okay? So I'm going to put my glue on my flaps. Now, if you use white glue, it will hold better than glue stick. I'm using glue stick right now just to show you so that it dries faster and it doesn't fall off when I hold it up to show you, okay? But glue stick will work, but white glue is a little bit stronger. You just have to wait for it to dry, okay? Make sure that you have the opening upwards, because if you put the opening down, then all your pieces are going to fall out, right? Okay, and the last thing you are going to do is put your game board on the other side of your file folder, and you can see it's a little bit too big. So you're just going to trim it down a little bit. Make sure you cut outside of the blue lot of the game board lines so that it will fit in there. Okay, and I'm just going to cut along the top just above the title. Okay, what do you think you could use to stack if you don't have Lego blocks? Think about it. Flat stones, yep, that will work. What else? Pillows? Yeah, I don't think you have enough pillows to use, but look around your house. You could use pennies. Well, people don't have any pennies anymore, but you could use coins of some sort. That would stack up really well. Game pieces, tokens from a game like bingo chips or something like that would work. So there are lots of things you can stack up. You do not need to use Lego. Okay, use your creativity, think, look around your house and see what you've got that you can use to stack. Okay, and I am just going to glue my game board on, smooth it all down so that I know it will stick. Needs a little bit more glue under this corner. There we go. Okay, good. So we've got that. Now we're going to make the people for your game board. In your kit, there are 5 paper clips. Some of them are colored paper clips and some of them are silver. You want to use the colored paper clips for your little figures, okay? And as you can see, okay, there is an inside piece for your paper clip. You're going to take it and bend it down like that or straight up, okay, so that it makes it so that it will stand like that. And you're going to take your little men. Now, don't cut your men out, like cutting all around them. That's just way too fussy and way too difficult. I'm just cutting a rectangle around my men so that you can still see him, all right? But he doesn't have to be that small, he doesn't have to be that big. Then one part of your paper clip is longer than the other. You're going to tape it onto the short end of the paper clip. So let me just get my tape. And I'm going to put it face down, put your little man face down on the table and put the short end of your paper clip onto the rectangle. But make sure you put it at the bottom. You can't put it part way up because then it won't stand. So you have to put it at the bottom of the paper and then just tape the paper clip onto your figure, okay? Now, if you're using clear tape, then that's great. If you take a little bit and you wrap it around your figure, then that's going to protect it so it doesn't rip after time. It's going to make it a little bit sturdier so that you can play with it longer, and it's also going to hold it to the paper clip. Okay, so you do that for the number of men you want. You have enough to make 4 pieces. Okay, and we'll just put that down there. The last thing we need to make is our spinner. So you're going to cut out your spinner. You can make it just like this, but it will last longer and it will be stronger if you glue it onto an old cereal box or cracker box or a piece of cardboard that you have around the house that's in the recycling, okay? And it'll just make it last longer. But I don't have one with me right now. I forgot to look in my into my recycling box and pull one out. So we'll just make it like this. Now you're going to take the spinner, and in your bag there is a paper fastener, little gold tack like, and it has 2 ends on it. So you're going to poke that through the middle. Now if you have stuck this on top of another piece of cardboard, it's going to be sturdier so it won't pop right through like mine just did, okay? You'll have to use something to poke a hole, the tips of the scissors or something like that to make it sturdy. To make your spinner, you're going to take your 5th paper clip, and if you look at it, see how there's one loop here and then the big loop on top? Put it straight through the center between the 2 loops like that, and that's going to stop it from falling off. Then you put your paper fastener through. Now if you look, I've left a little bit of space between the head of the paper fastener and the paper. I don't have it pulled right down tight, because if you pull it right down tight, it won't spin. You need to leave a little bit of space. And then you're just going to open up the wings of the paper fastener. Okay. And that's how you're going to make your spinner. And then you can spin it, and it spins around, and it tells you what space to move to. Okay? When you have everything made, you just store everything neatly in your pocket. Now, I found that I can put my men in like this and just clip them down. Okay? So you choose how you want to do it. Okay? Then there are things in there so that you can use stickers or letters to use your stickers or letters to decorate your game board, put your name on it, and have some fun. The only difference between the 2 games, the big difference between the 2 games, is that the after school club, you need to make your own rules, okay? So you decide how many players there are going to be and choose how you find out who goes first. And when you land on a space, you must, okay? So if you land on space number 3, some of these spaces have different pictures on them. So when you land on space number 3, which has a water spout in it, you decide what you're going to do. Do you get to jump forward? Do you have to go back one? Do you have to start all over again? You decide how the game works, and make sure you write the rules down on here so that they don't change every single time. I hope you have fun with our games that you're making, and we look forward to seeing you this summer at our summer reading club so that you can do some more games with us. Bye!